and today I'm with Rico of KMA, and he's going to talk us through his 2 new pedals and just skim over the other bits and pieces. So Rico, please.
Yeah, okay, thanks for having me. So first of all, we're having a broad range of pedals actually. We're having, for instance, some analog octave generators going on, 1 sub-octave, easy set, 1 knob. Another one a bit more, not complicated, but having more functionalities, up to 2 sub-octaves. You can choose between 1, 2, or both together and stuff. Then we're having a just straightforward booster, it's a germanium booster based on germanium transistor.
Okay.
It's pretty handy. Then having a fuzz pedal, germanium fuzz pedal as well. I think it was the 2nd or 3rd pedal we released a couple of years ago.
This is my favourite.
Yeah, it's everybody's favorite. So for now, it's a distortion box. Yeah. And it's based on an HM2, the Swedish death metal sound. We added 2 additional bands for the highs and for the low mids to sculpture it even more, makes it more flexible. And we have a new one, the Logan, released 2 weeks ago, which is a low to medium gain overdrive. And everybody's thinking now, an overdrive, and it took. I was waiting 5 years, was always refusing building overdrives because the market is so saturated.
What I tend to do when I'm playing, if I want to boost, I tend to use an EQ as a boost and just boost the mids and drop the lows a little bit. Is that what you've done here?
Yes, kind of like this. So I really like active EQs.
Yeah.
So I added an active EQ for the highs and for the lows.
Yep.
And a fully parametric mid section. And another nifty feature is you can just place it pre-gain or post-gain.
What's that, just the mids or the whole?
Just the mids.
Just the mids,
just
right,
the mids.
Okay, cool.
And you can engage the mids with this foot switch. That means you're having a dedicated mids boost if you want to. It's a Horizon. It was our statement release last year.
Right.
And
does this control a spaceship?
yeah, if you want to. Yeah, all you have to just plug it to your console of a spaceship and just go out. No, basically it's a phaser, but it can do so much more things. You're having a feedback loop to pronounce certain frequencies even more.
Okay.
So kind of increasing the resonance of certain frequencies. And stage 1 is for the highs, stage 2 is for the high mids, stage 3 is for the lows. And you can just turn it on and off individually, and you're having also a regeneration control.
Makes sense, okay, yeah, cool.
You're having also a waveform selector. We can choose between 8 different waveforms. You can see it on the LED. This is ramp up, heavy ramp down, square waves.
Awesome.
It looks pretty complicated and intimidating, but once you just sit down for half an hour, it's pretty easy to figure it out. And the next thing is you're having an inbuilt envelope follower with a sensitivity control and with decay control. And you can choose between upwards going envelope or downwards going envelope. And the reason for this one is you can control the speed of the LFO by your picking. The harder
it's like dynamic?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool.
And also you're having a stereo penning mode because having stereo output.
Yep.
Which means just flip the switch and it's just penning from left to right.
This is new as well, isn't it?
It's the newest one. It came out 4 days ago.
4 days?
Something.
Oh, it's a baby.
It's a baby, it's a real baby. And making actually big waves. So it's also a first digital pedal.
Okay.
So first DSP based pedal, and it's a reverb and a delay dual pedal.
Okay.
And we took the approach of the dynamic control of the features down to this one. Because we're having 3 different modes for the delay and 3 different modes for the reverb.
So you got an octave delay as well. So that's like a shimmer, is it?
Yeah.
Yep.
So
and then the modulation, that's like your tape.
Yeah,
And what's the SH?
Huh?
What's the SH?
SH is a sample hold filter.
Okay.
So you're having a sample hold filter running into the delay and creating rhythmic patterns, randomized rhythmic patterns.
Right, so like pattern, I'm with you, okay.
And then it comes to the sensitivity pot.
Yeah.
The sensitivity pot sets the sensitivity for your input signal to control the several modulation features, which means on the modulation mode, the harder you dig in,
So it's dynamic again, isn't it?
the stronger it will modulate. And then it comes to the foot switches. It looks like it's just a standard on and off.
But it's not, because that's a momentary switch.
Yeah, when you're holding it down, it's in momentary mode.
Yep.
When you're releasing it, it's off again, just for a burst of reverb and delay.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah. And the good thing also is when the pedal is on and you're holding the engage button down, you're mixing out the decay. So you're having infinite decay going on. It's just building up slightly. And we're also having expression pedal input and an expression mode selector where you can choose or assign the stuff to the 6 digital parameter. You can just skip through. All you have to do is just follow the sun rays and you know which parameter is actually assigned. This is the, let's say, the smaller daddy of the horizon.
Okay.
Because this is also a phaser. And the whole feedback loop story here is internally with a dip switch.
Right.
So you can do almost the same. So it's just a smaller one with less specs compared to the horizon.
Fuzz?
That's the fuzz, the silicon fuzz. That was the first pedal we released 5 years ago. Gnarly. It's based on a George Bostone. Not that many people are familiar with George Bostone.
Okay, I'm not.
It's fuzz from the 60s, 70s, which was supposed to plug it directly into your guitar.
Right, okay, yeah.
So no switch, no on-off switch, just 2 ports, just 2 wheels. That's it.
It's all on
battery
all or
power.
nothing, really.
And the good thing about the George Bostone is it cuts perfectly through the mix. It's having a really high pronounced, high mid frequency range. Next one is more a tool than a kind of sound shaping thing or sound creating thing. It's a Tyler and it's a so-called frequency splitter. Especially for bass players, it's just a weapon of choice.
If you press that one, it gives you wood.
It gives you wood, yeah.
Right,
This one's giving you steel.
Oh,
So
hey. Okay.
So mainly you're going inside with the signal, splitting it up into 2 signal paths. One is having a high pass, the other one is having a low pass. And you can set the cutoff frequency independently. After the filter is an effect loop coming, which means you can just hook up any kind of pedal you want into the effect loop. It's foot switchable. The wood switch is for the low pass.
Yep.
The steel is for the high pass.
And that's for the effects loop?
Yeah, that's the main one.
Oh, right,
It's
yeah,
the main bypass, and you can switch on the loops with this one and this one.
Oh, right, I see. I get you. Right, yes.
The dead stack is our way to go when it comes to sludgy, doomy fuzz sounds.
Okay. We've got some guys who like Doom.
Yeah. And it's based on a Big Muff. But I kicked out the tone control because I'm not a big fan of this Big Muff tone stack.
Okay.
And added also this active EQ section for the bass, for the treble, fully parametric mid section, having 2 gain settings, depending on when you're having a really high output, humbucker and stuff like that, just going on a low setting to not oversaturate it. And also having a high mid boost on this with this switch, going from smooth to sharp, especially for bass player when you're just cranking the bass, you can retain your attack, your playing attack while engaging this, going to the sharp mode.
They're all very, very interesting, aren't they? They're all a very, very different take on like classics.
Yeah, some of them.
That's still my favourite. Well, thank you very, very much
You're
for
welcome.
talking it through. Just to say, there are a few of these available on Timepedia where you can go and try them for yourself right now. We'll put links in the bottom. Which ones have we got on Timepedia? We've got the Worm.
The Worm, the More in My Ear.
Yep.
The Dead Stack is, I think the Fuzzy Bear as well, and the Estes Bird.
Okay, so on there you can go and turn all the knobs yourself and play it through various different amps and guitars, etc. So try that out. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
See you all soon. Bye.